So, Peter, you've just completed a 12-week Think program. Tell us a little bit about the reasons you sought out LearningRx.
Well, one of the reasons I started there was I have a unique, well, not a unique, I think, but an unusual case where my son also went through the program. And so slightly after he started the program, I decided to try it myself as well. My daily job is web application programming. I deal with high-level web applications, multi-user databases, and security, and all sorts of really complex things. And so any kind of advantage that I can get in that is very beneficial to me. And a lot of what I do is very abstract and very kind of multi-threaded, you might say, or multifaceted. Keeping track of many different kinds of scenarios that all interact. And so the ability to multi-process is very important to me. The ability to quickly simulate data and turn that into kind of practical application, very distinctly helps my business, helps my ability to make money, the ability to provide my clients with solutions. And so that's very important to me, and those are the kinds of skills that I was looking to improve.
Okay.
And I think that, not that I had necessarily a deficit that was holding my business back, but I believe that I could always improve, and I think that very strongly that you can improve that way.
You could be optimized.
I could optimize myself
Yeah.
and become even better at what I do, and that can only be a plus.
Good.
Yeah.
So you enrolled in the 12-week program. Tell us a little bit about your training experience here.
Well, to start out with my trainer, I cannot say enough about him. I think that the best part of my LearningRx experience was being matched with my trainer. And he pushed me hard. Just a wonderful guy, brilliant. It was a privilege to work with him.
Good.
Because he was so supportive. If I came in, I had a bad day, because I came every day after working a full day.
Yeah.
And put in 4 nights a week, an hour and a half is not, an hour and 20 minutes is not easy to do after you've had a full day of work of this high-level processing kind of programming stuff.
But he was able to motivate you.
Absolutely, and if I get discouraged, he'd say, it's no problem, shrug it off, and let's, and then he was great to work with, very friendly. We laughed a lot, and that's very important to me. I don't thrive in a dry environment.
Sure. So now that you've had a couple weeks after finishing the program, and actually during the program, what kind of changes or improvements have you or those around you noticed?
Well, I will say that during and following the program, I've made more conceptual leaps, abstract concepts in my job, and those are the hardest things. There are sort of two kinds of programming you can do. One is very rote daily programming, and other is high-level architecting, which is ultimately much more difficult, because you have to deal with many different ideas, interacting systems. Sometimes I liken it to a story or a screenplay, or with many characters interacting. And that's the kind of thing that where I found myself better able to formulate these kind of abstract concepts, which then concretely turn into programming ideas, which when they're wrapped into the programs that I write, which are then going to serve my clients and have made me a better programmer.
Great.
And made me have better served my clients in terms of advantages and things like that.
And anything from your friends and family? What were some of the?
Well,
they shared some fun things with us.
I think that the most important is the bond I shared with my son, because he went through the same process.
Yeah.
And my wife definitely noticed, the better processing executive speed and being able to, hold more ideas, and to interrelate things. Sometimes in my job I'm very focused.
Yeah.
And in daily life,
Sometimes
the ability
that can't
to
work so well.
yeah, the ability to multi-process like that is very important. And so the exercise I did at LearningRx definitely let me do a lot of gives me a lot of ground on that. But I would say that for my son, the most important part about it was just sharing the experience that he'd gone through, and
Sure.
we have a real bond for that, and I have a real great respect and admiration for what he went through, and he understands what I went through as well.
Yeah.
And so, we have things now that we wouldn't have been able to share before on that level.
Well, that's great. Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right.